Hello, we're doing a Fit Together chair class today. You'll need a chair and a set of weights. If you don't have weights, you can use some water bottles or whatever you have handy that is equal weight for both sides. This will be about 35 to 45 minutes, and take a rest when you need to. All right, we are going to start with our good posture, standing next to our chair. Shoulders are back and down, standing up nice and tall, activating those core muscles by drawing that belly button in. Our knees are nice and loose. All right, we'll start with head turns, so we're looking side to side. You can also play your own music if you'd like to. I wanted this to be nice and crystal clear for you to hear today. So if you'd like to play your own music, you could pause right now and go ahead and start up your own music. All right, looking straight ahead, we're going to tilt the ear towards the shoulder. Oh, get all those crunchies out. We want to have good range of motion in all our joints, so we're warming up from head to toe. Chin down, and then chin towards the ceiling. Keep those shoulders back and down. My hair has gotten so long. I'm not quite sure what to do with it. All right, looking straight ahead, let's roll those shoulders. And other direction. Our mobility is so important. It's important to move no matter what you're doing in life or what stage of life you're in. All right, arms out wide. We'll start with small circles. As you're standing here, paying attention to your knees, making sure you're not locking those knees. Now making those circles a little bit bigger. And pause. Switch directions. Remember to start small. And if you can't get those arms out that wide, that's fine. They can be closer to your body. And bigger circles now. And relax. Let's take those hands to the shoulders. Shoulders relaxed. And press the elbows forward, press them back. Open the chest and separate those shoulder blades to stretch that upper back. One more forward and one more back. All right, we're gonna do some torso movement here. Moving in the directions that feel okay to you. Everybody's a little bit different with this one, so just take it easy. We're drawing that belly button in. I want you to have a nice flat back. Upper body is hinging forward, to the side, back, and side. We'll do one more rotation here. Pause in the front, and then we're going to switch directions. Still make sure you're not locking those knees. And back to the front and standing tall. All right, next we have our leg swings. So this is going to be loosening up our hip, our base leg. Remember, we're not locking that knee. We're bending that outside leg and we're just sweeping it forward and back. As you're doing this motion, making sure you're not moving that upper body. Upper body stays nice and tall. We want all that movement to be in the hip. Nice steady breathing. Sometimes getting that leg to go behind your body is a little difficult, so do the best you can. And relax that leg. We're switching to the other side. Good posture. Outside leg is bent a little bit. And sweeping forward and back. And it can even sweep in front of your body a little bit too. That joint will allow for that motion. Upper body tall. And relax. Let's go to the other side where our knee hinges. Outside knee is up, and we're just pushing the heel forward. If you can't get your knee that high, that's totally fine. You can also do this when sitting in the chair. Just loosening up that knee. Mine seems a little cranky. And you're going to have that. Each side is going to be a little different. Relax that leg down. But That's why we switch sides so often, so that we're not putting too much strain on any one side for too long. And do remember, please, that you can do any of these exercises seated. You just gotta modify to what works for you. And relax that leg down. Let's get our ankles warmed up. Still with the good posture, one leg out in front. We're gonna point and flex first. Putting on the gas. And drawing those circles. That big toe is drawing a gigantic circle. And whatever direction you started with, pause it and go the other direction. Sometimes the brain doesn't like to do this. Whew. But we gotta do mind over matter here. And give that leg a shake. Other side. Again, if you need to rest, you can sit in the chair for these. Point and flex first. If you were in person in class with me, I would see the bottom of your shoe. And drawing those circles. This is my bad ankle. Hopefully you don't hear the little crunchies on the video. And other direction. All right, give that leg a shake. Whew, give both legs a little shake out here. We're gonna move on to some standing range of motion. All right, if you need to sit in your chair for these, you can. But it's best, you're gonna get the best range of motion work and warm up exercise by standing. I'm standing behind my chair. I'm gonna reach same side arm and leg out and overhead. And hand comes back down on the chair, other side, reach, away, and back to the other side. Woo, step that leg out, reach that arm overhead, making a straight line from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. Good torso stretch here. One more each side. All right, and then also behind our chair, I'm gonna turn so you can see me a little better. I'm holding on to my chair for a little bit of support. We're gonna go up on our tiptoes, raise up, come down flat foot, come back on the heels, lift those toes up towards the ceiling. Back up on the tiptoes, and hinge back on the heels, and come up. Lift those toes up towards the ceiling. It's kind of an awkward position. That's why I want you to hold on to something. And one more up and down. Excellent. All right. We're going to do some mini lunges forward. Okay, so standing at the side of your chair. This base leg, we're not, or closest to the chair leg, we're going to leave it. We're close to the chair so we can hold on if we need to. All we're going to do is take that outside leg, step forward, and push ourselves back. Lunge forward, push yourself back. Now be careful. If this is hard, you can just do a little baby step. If you're feeling good, you can really kind of squat that down. Not squat, lunge. Lunge forward. Use your leg power to push yourself back. Push through that whole foot and push yourself back up to standing. And we've got one more on this side. Pay attention to how those knees feel. Very good. All right, and let's get the other side. Base leg stays put, closest to the chair, holding onto the chair, maybe even scooting back a little bit so you can keep a good hold on that chair. And stepping forward, a test first, and then stepping a little bit more if you think you can. Good breathing here. Go at your own pace with this one. This one is hard to do in the chair. There's nothing really to mimic here, so you can just march in place if you're in the chair. Last one, and push yourself back. Excellent. We're going to take ourselves to the other side. We're doing a curtsy lunge, And this can just be a step and step behind. Okay, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It sounds fancy because it's a curtsy. All right, same thing, inside leg stays put. We're gonna step that outside leg, point the toe, and then we're gonna step behind, do a little bend with both knees, and do a curtsy. You can add in the hand if you want to. Reach. You can even lift that leg off the floor if you've got good balance. And curtsy behind. Try to bend those knees, but do what you can. And you don't have to do that lift. You can just reach it out to the side. Last one here. And bring it in. Excellent, that's a good one. It gets our heart rate up and using all kinds of muscles at once. Same thing, other side. Holding onto your chair, outside leg points out. We're gonna curtsy behind, step behind both knees bend, and step it to the side. When you're ready, you can add in that arm motion. Whoo! I love this one, because there's so many ways to modify it. If your knees don't like to bend, you can just step behind. It's okay. Last one. And bring it in. All right. We're gonna do a little mind connection here. This is in, out, out. So pretend you've got a box around you. If you need to be holding on to something, you can't hold on to the chair. You're just gonna be limited in the movement you can make with your feet. So I'm gonna opt not to hold on to the chair. So I'm gonna step out of my box, out, out, in. Pretend like you got that square. You're really trying to get your knees up. In, out, out. In, out, out. Go at your own pace here. Just work on getting those knees up. Fun fact, Karina and I do a dance performance every Christmas to a Christmas song, and we have used this move as part of our dance. We added a jump to it as well. It's a good way to make your mind think about it. One more out, one more in. All right, shake it out. And we're just gonna do one more little warm-up exercise here. A wide stance sway. So taking your knees, toes out wide, and your knees will follow. You're just gonna bend, center, and other side. It's just a way to kind of stretch out the inner thighs and make those knees bend. Remember, keep your chest up on this one. You don't wanna hinge forward, okay? Chest is open. We're just kind of testing those knees here. Of course, you can always hold on if you need to. Last one each side. And standing tall, step it in. Excellent. All right, we are going to do some dumbbell exercises. I've got my weights right here. And we are going to start seated in our chair. We're going to start with our wood chop. So you want your feet firmly on the floor, shoulders are back and down. I've got one dumbbell. I'm gripping on both sides, so if you've got a water bottle, whatever you've got there, you're just gonna hold on to that. All right, activate that core. I'm gonna reach down to the side with that weight, a little torso rotation here. Bring it to the chest, and then up and away the other side. To the chest, down, chest, up, chest, down, chest, up. Whew. Remember your breathing here. No holding your breath as you do this exercise. And last one. I actually did some wood chopping this past weekend, just a little bit. My dad brought me some firewood and a few pieces needed to be split. Talk about a workout. Real wood chopping is serious business. All right, we're doing the same thing on the other side. We're taking that weight, reaching down to the side, bring it to the the chest and reach it away. To the chest and down. Chest, up, chest, down. Reaching those arms as far as you can and still be somewhat comfortable. Okay, and get that form right. Sometimes the shoulders don't cooperate, so if you're only going a little bit, quite all right. Whew. We got one more. All right, excellent. Bring that in and down. Next, we're going to do our abdominal sit backs with our overhead press. Okay, we're going to skip the row. All right, those of you who remember that exercise. So I scoot towards the front of my seat. Feet are firmly planted. This weight is right here at my chest. I'm just going to hinge back, and as I come up, I'm going to press that weight overhead. So weight comes back down, hinge back, tap the top of that chair, but don't push off of it, and reach overhead. Don't forget your exhale. Really use those core muscles to pull you up. We got one more. Excellent. All right. Now we're going to do our serve it up. So we still have our one weight. Good posture as you're sitting here in the chair, so shoulders are back and down. I'm kind of cradling that weight with both hands. Elbows are in at my side about 90 degrees. I'm just lifting that weight up, straight arms shoulder height, and pull it back in. Lift and squeeze. You can even like really squeeze and focus on those shoulder blades coming together behind you. Draw those elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades. It really helps if you focus on where you should feel this. Well, of course, you're going to feel it in the arms too as you do the raise up. Don't forget that breath. And one more. Lift it up, squeeze it back. Excellent. I'm going to set down this weight and I'm going to grab some 1 pound weights. We're going to do some arm circles out to the side. So I recommend if you have shoulder issues at all, don't use any weight at all, okay? So sitting up tall, I'm taking my one arm out to the side, and I could wave at you, see? So your palm is facing me, I got that weight. And I'm just gonna draw some circles. Keep that core activated so you don't lean. Doesn't have to be very big. And pause, other direction. Four, three, two, and one. Excellent. Bring that weight in. We're going to do the same thing other side. Extend that arm out. Make sure you're not scrunching. Relax those shoulders down. Arm is extended out. Palm facing me. We're drawing that circle, whatever direction you want to start with. Sitting up tall still. However big a circle you want to make. And pause. And other direction. Two and one. Excellent. I'm just going to shake my arms out a little bit. We're going to do it again, but double, but not as many. All right, so we've got kind of that underhand grip. We're taking those weights out to the side. Both palms are facing forward, and we're drawing forward first. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then other direction. And excellent. Bring those weights in. All right. We're going to do some seated cartwheels. cardio next. And technically, if you have some little baby weights, you don't want to use it like more than 3 pounds here. You can add those or keep those in your hands for some of this cardio stuff. Otherwise, just set your weights down. All right, our first one is our reach opposites. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave my hands here. My left, my right arm, my left leg, reach up, down, and opposites reach. I'm sitting towards the front of my chair, reaching those opposites away. Heel presses forward, arm reaches overhead. Whether it has a weight or not is up to you. Sitting up tall, making sure you're not rounding those shoulders forward. That means activating the core muscles, that's right. Go at your own pace here. Doesn't have to be fast. I'd rather you get the coordination down where the opposites are reaching away. Steady breathing. And last one here. Very good. All right, and we're just gonna take those weights right down here and we're gonna opposites attract now. So arm comes around, lift the opposite heel, elbow to knee. Other side, elbow to knee, elbow to knee. They don't have to touch. They're just aiming for each other. Get that core involved. You're lifting that leg. Squeeze. I got something in my eye. That's what I get for wearing a little bit of eye makeup today, I guess. Squeeze those together. Lift that knee. Squeeze that elbow to the knee. And last one. All right. All right, I gotta look at my cheat sheet here. All right, next we've got our step outs. So we kind of did these standing with our in and out, out. All right, so this, you're kind of on the balls of your feet. We're sitting up tall. I just have my hands on my waist here. We're gonna do doubles and then singles. So 2 to one side, 2 to the other, back and forth, and then we'll do singles. So we're stepping that leg out to the side, bring it back in. Again, and now the other leg. Hips, shoulders, stay facing me. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2. Good. Whole foot or toes can tap. We're working on that hip movement. Don't swivel in your seat. That's the goal here. Stay sitting up nice and tall. We're going to singles. 1 to the side and other side. Back and forth. Just keep your hands on your waist. I still have my weights, but they're not affecting this too much. Steady breathing. We got 1 more each side. And step it in. Good. All right, we're gonna do our soccer ball. So I am gonna sit my weights down for now. We're doing our soccer ball. I'm gonna brace myself on my chair, hinge back just a little bit. I'm on my tiptoes here, and I'm just gonna pretend like I got a soccer ball with my feet. Some of you might do this, and that's okay. But if you're able to get them both off the floor at the same time, you're really activating this core right here, holding everything steady, lifting those legs, going at a pace that works well for you. And if you're ready, you can add some arm movement. Do not have to. Sometimes you need those arms to brace. And I'm back down to brace. We got 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right. Let's do a little stretch. We're gonna do our butterfly tilt and a quick shoulder stretch here. We've got elbows out wide, hands at our ears, sitting up tall. We're just gonna hinge right in the middle of those shoulder blades. It's where you're gonna feel this kind of release and stretch. Get a nice deep breath here. And sitting up tall. Let's stretch those arms real quick. Bring one arm across, the other arm is up there to help stretch. Wiggle those fingers and release. Other side. All right, we're just gonna do a few more arm motions. So grab your heavier weights if you've got some. We're gonna do Arnold press, bicep curls, and tricep kickbacks. Nothing too challenging. You can sit for these, or you can stand, okay? So, for the Arnold press, we're sitting up tall. Shoulders are back and down. Elbows are up about chest height at 90 degrees with the forearms. Palms are facing each other, and we're opening up and squeezing in. Open and bring it together. We're not doing the full Arnold press because we've already done some over the head reaching today. So we're just focusing in, pushing those weights out with the elbows. A lot of times people do that. You really want to open up. 2 more. Bring it in and lower down. We're going with an underhand grip now. Good posture. Standing if that feels good for you. You're still going to draw in that belly button. Keep that upper body nice and tall. Here we go. Up slow and down slow. Curl up to the shoulder. Easy down. Remember, no plopsies. Get a good exhale when you lift that. And we got 2 more. All right, and we're gonna do both sides together for our triceps. I'm leaning forward a little bit in my chair, but drawing that belly button in, keeping my back flat. Elbows are at 90 degrees right here, and I'm just gonna push those weights back and bring them in. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see that. Little hinge, lift, and bring it in smooth. No swinging the arm. Stay nice and controlled here. And last one. Bring it in. Awesome. All right, how are we doing out there? Feeling good? I hope so. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move to a standing position. We're gonna do some core and balance and some coordination here. Right now we're gonna do our spinal balance. So I'm just gonna face straight on, I think. So this is similar to what we did earlier. Opposite arm and leg reaching away from each other, but I want you to lift that leg behind you. So we're just gonna kick one foot back. The leg that you're balancing on, make sure not to lock it. I've got my left leg back, right arm, okay? They're gonna reach and come back in. Reach. And now my hips are staying square with the chair. I'm not rotating, okay? You do you. You don't have to lift that leg. You can just slide it back if you need to keep that toe down. Or add the lift. Squeeze your tush as you lift. Last one here. And then same thing, other side. We'll stand up, regain our posture. Kick that other leg back. Other arm, opposite arm is ready. We're reaching and lift. Reach. Squeeze that tush. Last one. And bring it in. All right, I'm running out of time, I'm afraid. Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay, we're gonna do a leg raise. You can do this in the chair if this is more comfortable. Sitting in the chair, you're gonna angle out your foot just like I'm gonna tell you, and do the leg lift that way. It's totally fine. Okay, We're gonna start in a fourth position, like in ballet. So inside leg, that toes pointed out. You're just gonna step forward, but the front leg is angled out away from the chair, okay? Good tall posture here. We're gonna point that toe with the front toe, so your tiptoes are on the floor, okay? And we're going to lift that leg and tap it down. You can add the arm if you want to, but you do not have to. Lifting it straight up in front of you. They can be bent, that knee can be bent a little bit. You can have your hand here, if that makes you feel more stable. Woo! See how you can really do this in the chair just as easy. And last one. Lifting as far as you can on these, okay? Same thing, other side. We're getting into that fourth position, that leg closest to the chair, toes angled in towards the chair. Other side, we're just a half a step forward. That front leg, the toes are pointing out. We're on the tiptoes. Good balance and structure here. And we're just lifting and lowering. Lift, lift. Ooh, feel that quad burn? Ooh, I do. Don't tilt with that upper body. Sometimes it wants to kind of fall back. No, keep it nice and tall. Last one. Ooh, those are tough. That takes a lot of strength. All right, shake those legs out. We're gonna do our squat to one leg balance. All right, so this one is a little bit more challenging if you're in the chair. You can skip it if you need to. We're in that wide stance. Toes are angled out to the side. We're gonna do a little baby squat. How far you squat is up to you. As we come up from that squat, this outside leg, the knee's gonna come up and the outside arm is gonna come up. Okay, and we do a little pause, let it down soft. Okay, you've got the chair here for balance. You can also do this next to your countertop. That's a good steadying point for this as well. Okay, I'm gonna leave my outside hand away from the chair right here so I can get it up a little bit easier to help me with my balance. So we're gonna squat down. As I come up, I'm reaching that knee and hand up. Let it down soft, right back into the squat. Woo, use your strength, coordination. You gotta use your core at the top. Don't just fall right back down. 2-second hold at the top. 1, 2, and down. No cheating here. All right, we've got one more. This is it. We're holding this one up there. This is your one leg balance practice. You're holding on to the chair with a couple fingers, not locking that base leg. Deep breath. Exhale and let it down smooth. All right, step it in, same thing, other side. Toes are angled out just a little bit, holding onto that chair so when you come up, you've got something to balance on. Outside arm up, little baby squat. Come up, reach, knee and hand overhead. Not the knee overhead, knee is up to hip height, hand is overhead. Don't forget that little pause at the top. 1, 2, and down. Use those core muscles to get that balance at the top. Here comes our last one. We're holding this one up. Relax the shoulders. Do a knee check. Whew. Big deep breath in. Exhale and let it down. Step it in. Excellent job. All right. I think that's all I've got. Shake those legs out a little bit. We're going to do some stretching. You can do all of these in the chair as well. We will move to the chair in a minute. First, we're going to reach forward, rounding those shoulders, keeping our neck long, separating the shoulder blades, rounding that back, drawing in that belly, tucking the hips under, but keep your head above your heart. Whew. And release. Press those thumbs down and back. Open the chest, lift the chin. Don't forget to release those shoulders away from the ears. And I just like to kind of sway back and forth. Keep those hips and knees loose. Very good. We're going to do a nice torso stretch here. Hips are over those heels, reaching right overhead. Let the other hand slide down the thigh. And release, other side. You want that arm right over your head. You don't want to be rounded forward. And release. Let's do our quad stretch. This is the easiest way to do this stretch, but still the stretch can be challenging for some people. So we're in the chair, we're on one side, dropping that knee down towards the floor. Upper body stays tall. I don't want you leaning. So stay up tall. You can shimmy those toes back. You're trying to stretch right through here, okay? Balance and hold on here if you need to. You can take that outside arm, and really stretch high. Really stretching this rib cage away from that hip. You should feel this in the front of that hip, maybe even down to the kneecap. Get that quad muscle stretched out. If you feel this in the back, you need to tuck your hips under a little bit so you don't strain your low back. And release. Slide it over to the other side. Again, sitting tall. You're just letting that knee fall down to the side naturally. You're holding on here to the chair. Get your leg into position first. Shimmy those toes back. Get that nice stretch across that quad muscle. Make sure your back isn't being aggravated here. And add the reach if that feels good. Hold that for a couple breaths. Go ahead and slide towards the front of our chair. We're going to kick one heel forward, toes up towards the ceiling. Nice flat back. Draw that belly button in. We're hinging at the hips, leading with the chest. Not trying to touch our toes. That one leg is pretty straight, but we don't have the knee locked. Okay? If you don't feel this in the back of the leg, try to pull those toes back towards your shin. And that'll kind of accentuate that stretch. Sitting up tall, release, put the other heel forward. It's a pretty straight leg, flat back, hinging at the hips, leading with the chest. Get the back of that leg all stretched out. Should really feel this one. I know a lot of you have been doing a lot of walking, and even lately we've had some really nice weather to get out and enjoy the outdoors, but you still need to stretch. This is a great stretch for after a walk. Whew. And release. Let's extend that other leg again. We're going to take the other ankle, cross it over onto the shin, and you may stay right here. You can hinge and get that hip stretched. Some of you, I know, can get that ankle up above the knee. Then you can plant the foot, okay? You can stretch a number of ways here. You can just hinge forward. You can hug that knee. You can just put some gentle pressure on it. Wherever that stretch feels best to you. Don't forget to breathe. And release. Let that leg down slowly and switching sides. Ankle crosses over on the shin first. Adjust and feel where that leg is going to be the most comfortable. If you get the ankle above the knee, you can plant the foot. Sitting up tall, making sure you're not totally rounded forward. Hug that knee, hinge forward with a flat back. Whatever works for you. And release. Let that leg slide on down. We're going to sit up tall here. Hands are in the lap. Shoulders are back and down. We're going to drop our chin to our chest. Slowly lifting that chin and looking over our shoulder. A little hold there. Slowly dropping that chin back down and rolling it to the other side and looking over the other shoulder. Drop that back down nice and smooth. And then raising it, looking straight ahead. Shoulders are still in a good position here. We're gonna drop that ear towards the shoulder. That outside arm is gonna reach away. Oh, I haven't been doing this stretch. It feels really good. Add a little pressure if you would like. And release. Other side. Ear drops towards that shoulder first. Keep the shoulder relaxed. Add that outside arm reach if that feels good. And add pressure only if your body likes it. And release. Let's take a few deep breaths in. Inhale up. Exhale smooth. Big deep breath in. Let it all out. One more. Fill those lungs up. And let it all out. Great job today. I hope you come back to this video a couple times and do it throughout the week. Have a great day, everybody.